So in this video I want to take us through a Taoist massage meditation practice, which really helps us center, ground and calm down the nervous system and take us out of the mind and into the body. So I want to invite you to, like me, take a seated position, or if you rather lay down, you can also do this practice laying down, but sitting up is just inviting the vitality through your system a little bit more. And here we can begin by taking a moment to close the eyes. And really allowing the gaze to fall inwards. Maybe taking a few deep breaths here. Sighing out all tension. Sighing out confusion. Sighing out all energies that do not serve you in this moment. And breathing in, creating space for this moment. And breathing out, letting go, sinking a little deeper. As we're sitting here, we can become aware of the physical body, inviting for relaxation in the limbs, feeling our seat bones on the floor, on the ground, on the mattress, on the earth. Relaxing the belly, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. If you are joining me in this practice for the first time today, you might want to open your eyes every now and then in order to keep track. And after that you can just continue playing this video, but really turn the gaze inwards in the following days as you continue this practice, which I'd highly recommend. For this moment we're gonna take our hands and place them in front of our chest and vigorously rub them together. As we continue to breathe, it really helps to unhinge the jaw as we're breathing, to really let the ebb and flow of the breath move through the system. It can be nice to clap the hands together a few times. Rub them even more, relaxing the shoulders as we go. And bring them to a pause. Becoming super aware of the charge that has been built inside the hands and the charge in between both hands. And slowly bringing the hands a little bit apart from one another and then folding them into two little balls, little hollow balls. And with our hands we're gonna cup the eyes, the closed eyes. And really inviting energy and relaxation into this area of the eyes. Again, relaxing the belly, relaxing the shoulders. Breathing here. Now we're gonna begin this massage practice with a gentle massage of the face. We can place our middle fingers, all our fingers, on our third eye, so to speak, and really quite some pressure draw our fingers to the sides of the forehead onto our temples, and there quite quickly like pull them off and shake it out a little bit. And doing that again. drawing the fingers to the sides of the face, to our temples, and letting go. One more time. Exhaling as we draw out and let go. And we're taking our eyebrows right at the start of our eyebrows, so following the eyebrow to the outside is the start of our eyebrow, right above the corner of the eye you can find a little dimple in the bone, and you can give just a little bit of pressure into those dimples. It's likely to be quite tense there, so be gentle with yourself. Just a little bit of pressure. It actually allows you to release the energy you're holding within this area. So breathing here as we are present for this energy to move and transform. And then squeezing the eyebrows as we walk our fingers to the sides, following that bone around the cavity of the eyes to the outside. And taking a moment to rub our temples, making forward motions as we arrive there. Changing the directions, making backward rotations. And again, as if we draw the tension out, taking the fingers and releasing them from this area of the head. And we're doing the same on the bottom, on the jawline. You can again place your fingers on the under the jaw bones, the cheekbones, on top of the cheekbones, and just walk your fingers on top of the cheekbones with the pressure that you prefer right this moment, right today, acknowledging and allowing for that to be different every day, every moment, and releasing. Then really squeezing the cheekbones in between, the cheeks themselves in between your fingers. Squeezing them and walking to the outside. And arriving at these points of the jaw, where the joints of the jaw come together, and really pulling them out a bit, giving yourself a little funky face like this. And massaging these points. And drawing the tension out. And staying at the jawline, we're gonna take our thumbs and place them under our chin. As if you're massaging the bottom of the tongue from the outside inwards. Go gently here and see if you can actually keep the jaw and the tongue down and relaxed, really relaxing it down to the root. Also here, continuing to breathe. And then grabbing your chin and again massaging the entire jawline from the inside out. Letting go, releasing. You can already feel how giving some attention to the area of the face releases a lot of tension in the entire being, as this is where we are occupied with our mental activity. So if you want to do the practice up until this point today or any day, you can always choose to do so, or these are beautiful little practices to do in between or activities, or when you find you're really getting stuck in this area up here. If you want to continue to practice with me today, then you're evidently also very, very welcome to do so. And we're going to continue by taking the hands and really massaging the neck downwards. And these big, big muscles on the neck downwards. And then when we arrive at the collarbones, following both collarbones to the sides. And then under these collarbones, you have these little points. And they want to be massaged separately a bit. So there's a little bow here, another little brow. And under that little bow, we hold a lot of tension. There are a lot of muscles attaching to one another in this area. So really give it some soft, gentle, nourishing, sometimes a bit more firm, but don't push through if you're encountering pain, if you're encountering big resistance or emotions. See if you can keep this practice super gentle with yourself. Gentle yet full. Moving to the other side, same point. If you feel some points are really working for you, you can always pause this video and just explore a bit longer there. And then taking both hands and tapping on the chest area, maybe making your hands into little fists. Really staying loose at the wrists as we tap. Allowing for some sounding to come through naturally on the exhalation. Then we're resting the left arm onto our left leg, and we're tapping it on the upper part from the upside down. As we do it, we are now actually working on the lung meridian. You can use a sh sound, an S sound, to let go of the tensions we hold within our lungs. And the S sound helps us to release sadness of stored emotion we keep in this area of the lungs. According to the Taoist, sadness, grief, loss, all of it has a direct link to the lungs in our body. So we continue to tap the shoulder, the upper arm, making this hissing S sound. You can lower down the arm slowly or lower down the arm a few times. Really letting go. And when you're arriving at the hand, you can turn the hand around, and this time drawing the energy in and upwards through the inside of the arm. Again, continuing with an S sound. Inviting fresh, transformative energy into our being. And again, tapping on this area of the chest, including both hands, and switching arms. Again, first the upper arm down and out. Turning the arm around, the inside of the hand, rising up through the inner arm. And again, having both hands on the area of the chest, really inviting for some space in this area. Moving on the chest, on the rib cage. If we're in a female body, moving around the breasts themselves. No tapping directly onto the breast, but around them, onto the rib cage, the sides, the top, the bottom. And here we're arriving at the area of the belly, a very sensitive area where we store a lot of emotions, and where especially during times like these, or actually during every time, one can encounter a lot of held tension within this area. So we're going to go about it by following the natural energetic flow of the bowels. That means we are starting at the right lower part of the belly, and we're tapping gently, releasing the belly fully upwards. Then we move from right to left. Then we move from upwards downwards. And we're down, moving from left to right. So we're going in a circle, following this clock-like motion. You might encounter areas where you feel stuckness. Maybe you can pause there for a moment, really being present for it with your whole attention, your whole awareness. And here, taking a moment to just take your both your hands and resting them in a triangle shape onto your bowels, surrounding the belly button. Taking a moment here to breathe. Sinking into this area. And then from the belly we are making our hands into fists with the thumbs on the outside of our fists. And we're gently tapping the back area. Tapping the back, beginning with the buttocks. Oh, breathing here. Really taking that whole pelvic area, the edge of the pelvis, again holding a lot of tension there. Moving up. And here going a lot gentler on the area of the kidneys, right under the rib cage, in between the pelvis and the rib cage is where we have our kidneys, really our energy storage. So we can tap that area very lightly, or even not tap it at all, but take our hands and place them on top of the kidneys and gently rock them. As we're breathing into them, inviting vitality to flow through us. And from here, lowering the hands and tapping, massaging, tapping the outside of the legs. Taking both legs at the same time. If you like, you can also do them one by one. Really working on the outside of the legs. Continuing to breathe. Arriving at the feet. And massaging quite gentle on top of the bones. This is a very sensitive area of the feet. And then taking our hands and rubbing them from the area of the kidneys over the outside of the legs, over the tops of our feet, and allowing the hands to rest on the earth a bit. Now repeating this a couple of times for yourself. And this way we drain, or we empty the stagnant energy that we hold within our kidneys, and allow them to flow through these meridians into the earth, into Pachamama. And then we can lay our hands to rest here a couple of times, and if it works for us, really visualizing how that energy leaves our space and flows into the earth, into the floor beneath you. And then reversing that charge of energy, allowing the hands to be charged with energy that comes fresh from the earth or fresh from the space around you. And with that new fresh energy, rubbing the insides of the feet. And bringing this energy up through the insides of the legs. Keeping the wrists loose at all times and the breath flowing. There's always motion, mobility in the pelvis. Relaxing the shoulders as we go, relaxing the belly and the face. Oh, we can repeat this a couple of times in our own pace, either tapping or massaging our way up. It's quite likely that we're finding some sensitive areas in the calves and the upper legs. These areas often go unnoted, but we keep a lot of tension there. Then we end by keeping some quite firm, almost a slapping motion in the area of the groins. Really breathing here. And gently allowing the hands to come to a rest. Closing the eyes. Feeling the sensations in our body. And we're closing this practice off by wiping the entire field clean. It's really like a reset. We can place our hands in a namaste in front of our heart and raise them over our head, bringing them to the back, pointing the fingers down between the shoulder blades, and here placing the hands on the shoulders, taking them over the head, really allowing them to take all the remnants of energy that doesn't serve us over the face, down over the chest, the breast, the belly, your sex, your pelvis, over the legs, and wiping it out through the feet onto the earth, onto the floor. And once more, placing the hands between the shoulder blades, breathing in and breathing out. And this time placing the hands in front of us and folding them on the chest, going over our face to the back of our head, lowering through the shoulders, the back, lifting one seat bone, lifting the other one, through the back of our body, and again letting go through the soles of our feet. One more time. stay seated here for another couple of moments. Just noting how transformation took place in your physical and energetic system throughout the last 20 minutes. Noting how the breath flows. Noting the sensations flowing through your being, through your body. Really just give it a try to place your hands in a namaste and bowing down to yourself. And a gesture of gratitude for taking the time to practice, for taking the time to grow a more intimate connection with you, for you. Thank you so much for joining me and for joining each other. All the love. Namaste.